Hi guys, it's the second day of my holiday. I went out yesterday with the Spark drone up to Herne Bay and did a few photos and took a bit of drone footage, which I was playing around with, so quite nice to get out with that again. Try and get some decent footage for a change. Today I spent most of the day in waiting for a parcel before I can go down the bank. So my parcel is this fella. I've been wanting one of these for quite a while. It's a Microscope with a facility to video and or take still images. And I'll show you what that looks like in a sec. Now the downside to having a parcel like that is you don't know when it's going to turn up, so you end up waiting all day trying to not go to the toilet or do anything that you can miss the doorbell. And that also includes not going out to the bank, which I needed to go to the bank to sort out a bit of a PPI claim. The people are sorting out a PPI, Tesco's bank, wanted a statement from my normal bank, which is unusual nowadays because nowadays mostly everything is done via an electronic service, so you do it via your phone or your online banking. You don't tend to get statements anymore, so I had to go and get a proper printed statement, which also leads me to another little tool, enormous great box for a tiny USB powered scanner for documents. I don't know if it does photos or not, I'm not sure. Incredibly cheap, incredibly useful. I say very, 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 very cheap. Mainly, I mean, sort of the idea is possibly that I might do some of my mum's postcards. She's collecting postcards, and maybe if it does do photos, I can scan those into the other computer, and we'll see. But for me, it's going to help with a couple of bits of documentation today before I send it away. Okay, the Microscope. The Microscope is a powered microscope. It's powered by USB to charge it, so it's actually got a rechargeable battery built into it. It's also got card readers in it and a 4.3 inch digital LCD colour screen, which is the benefit of this thing. Now, to get it all in the box, it comes from China. This is from a company called TomTop, also available on eBay and Amazon and other places. They send you an adapter. It's a USB adapter, but it's a 2-pin adapter. So they then send you a 2-pin adapter. So then that plugs into that. Now I never really trust these things. I've got one of these with my GoPro charger. I'm not overly trustworthy of them. Any USB charger will do. So my phone chargers or my drawer full of power supplies and chargers, which at some point in another video I will go through all the leads and the junk that I have lying around because I've got mountains of it. So, it's in the box. Firstly, you've got a mini USB lead, the old-fashioned mini USB lead. That's purely for charging. You've then got your unit, which is your screen and light. This fits onto, now on the picture on the box shows it with a suction cap. This isn't the suction cap version, this is the stand version. So we've got a metal stand, a bracket, a metal base. Okay, so I've got my toolkit out, and strange enough, I've got all of those. It doesn't really need it because they provide with it a nice little Allen key. So this has got to go onto here. Very straightforward construction, to be honest with you. That just goes in there. This purely drops in here. You do that up with that. And basically, that's your device. Okay, so I know you're going to sit and you're going to wonder, what's the point in having a digital microscope? Well, One of the things about being a watch collector, as you know I am from the watch reviews I do, so apart from just collecting the watches, you have to maintain these things. And there's a lot of maintenance that goes into these watches, especially if you have quite a few, as I do. And that takes a lot of work with tools, accessories and all sorts of bits and bobs. And this is just an addition to that to help out. So this thing switches on. There we go. So for starters, that's just the battery. Then you've got your movements on your part. You have also got, quite usefully, there's a brightness control on the side. So you can actually adjust the lightness. You dip it down a little bit too much. You can see what you're doing if you're going to do any work. And the other thing is, the nice thing about this is it actually records. You can video what you're doing on here, or you can take stills. So the stills is going to be quite useful if people want to see more details on one of the watches, whether it be the insides or the face. This gives us a lot of detail on the actual watch itself, whether it be like the date window, or if you adjust the focusing, you can actually get the mark and damages to your crystal or your glass. The other thing about this, beauty about this, is you can also take a still image should you need to go back to reference later on. One thing I will say, I mean, I've got, luckily being me, I have plenty of SD cards hanging around from phones that I've used. Now I have a phone that doesn't take an SD card in the P20 Pro. Taking the still image, it does take a little while. Press the OK button, so you've got buttons to go through different various modes and things. But anyway, press the OK button and it takes a picture, but it does take a while. You see, wait, and then it takes it. But I suppose you're not doing anything major, so it's going to be still. It's not running off anywhere. It's not like a live animal or anything like that, so it doesn't really matter too much. Looks like it's going to be quite useful.